Okay, I guess we're recording. What I'm gonna do is check out this giant whatever it is coming my way. I'm gonna hop into this tube. So it turns out that hypertubes are the best thing ever. I really have enjoyed them a lot. Um, One of the things is that while you're traveling to wherever you're going, you can just enjoy this nice view in this beautiful world that I'm slowly destroying. I'm a one-woman ecological disaster. But sure is nice. Anyway, this is my oil factory here, and these are just batteries. They're charging up, and so if for some reason the power generators over here failed, the batteries could run this place for about an hour. These are the factories that are take the crude oil, and then the product which we're making, which is plastic and rubber, comes out and ends up here in these two containers, and then this one makes a little bit of packaged fuel. And then this is an awesome sink, and you can see I have it set up so that the overflow from when these things are full, which they are, I believe, it comes down here and it goes into this awesome sink, and then I get some tickets. And then I guess this is nothing. This is just the thing that makes the package fuel. This line here, but it's like 4 package fuel per minute. It's not a lot of stuff. Oh hey, this guy is always around. He's always like lurking around here somewhere. He's always here somewhere. So over here is this is the crude oil refinery. What is it? Oil processor? Is that what it's called? Oil extractor. And it is slightly overcocked to make 300 oil per minute. 300 M3 per minute. That must be a unit of liquid volume. I don't really understand how that works. Anyway, it all comes out of here, so 300 out of here, and it's very conveniently each one of these refineries. You see all the oil goes right to them. All these refineries take 30 each, so and there's 10 refineries, 30 times 10, so exactly the correct amount of crude oil is coming to these refineries. So what I'm doing is making 5 of these are making rubber, and then there's this heavy oil residue, and the others are making plastic, and then this heavy oil residue. So oil comes in, plastic and heavy oil residue comes out. And when it comes out, well, it looks a lot like that. Maybe if I stood over here. Yeah, it's pretty good. So this is the other side of the oil refineries, and as you can see, the product, in this case the plastic for the first 5, comes out these here. It goes up and over the pipe, and then down here, then it hangs right, it goes down here, and then it goes into that bucket down there. And again, if the bucket's full, then it heads over to this awesome sink. And the same thing happens with the rubber. It comes out here, goes down here, goes in there, and then if there's overflow, it goes into the awesome sink. So the purple pipe, the teal pipe, is meant to represent, I painted it that color to represent the heavy oil residue. It's meant to match that color, does it? I don't know. Anyway, the heavy oil residue, it all ends up coming down here. It comes out of all these refineries here, and it just goes into this pipe. So each one of these refineries. It comes out here and just goes into these pipes. You can see it coming out. It doesn't go anywhere else. It just comes straight down here. Then it comes over here, in here, and then from here, from here, it comes down here, out here. It goes into these three, they're refineries just like these. Only instead of making rubber and oil residue, they're using the oil residue and they're putting out clean fuel. So, that clean fuel comes out here and it goes into this giant reservoir. This is just a buffer. It doesn't really do anything. It's just full of oil residue. So if there's ebb and flow ever in the like, it's just a buffer. And then from here it goes out to these 5 power plants. See them here, I guess. 1, 2, 3. And there's 2 over here, and one of them is underclocked a little bit to make it sort of come out right. And it makes a nice, neat, square 1,200 megawatts of power. The reason to overclock it is this little diversion here. This is a very little amount of fuel. It comes down here, and it seems complicated, but it isn't. It's just the plastic comes in and a little bit comes out over here and goes into this constructor, which makes empty fuel canisters. And then the fuel canisters go in this packager along with this little bit of fuel. And the packager is using a mighty 4 fuel per minute and making me 8 package fuels. 4 package fuels per minute. It's just a little bit of a diversion. I still get the 1,200 megawatts. Mostly the fuel is being used for power, but I didn't have any packaged fuel, and so I'm making some. And it's at 4 per minute. It's going to be a while before this loads up, but I mean, how much of it do you really use, right? For me, not much. Maybe sometime down the road it'll be a lot. You can kind of see what is going on here. It's a little bit complicated, I guess, but it's basically all that's really happening is the rubber's coming down here and going in here. These things are smart splitters, and what they do is they say, well, if there's an overflow, send it to the right. So they're just sort of programmable splitters. So since this thing is full, it has overflow. It backs up and it sends it to the right. It just goes up and over, and it goes in here into this merger where it merges because they're both full, it merges here. So if I were to take all the plastic out of these two, the rubber out, then it would stop sending it to the Austin sink. But the Austin sink is making me tickets. I got 12 coupons already for stuff and junk. That's really all there is to it. And this other thing is just sending out the fuel, so it's not that big a deal. The big deal is it's just sort of I don't know. I didn't have to do it. But I was just, when I was setting this up, I was stealing it from this guy on the internet. I'll put his link in the video, but in the description. But it's a really fantastic video. The guy is obviously a genius, and this is all him. This is just me copying him right down to coloring the pipes the same color as the oil residue. So to sum up then, we're making 1,200 megawatts of power. We're using about 500, and so there's about 700 left over-ish. And we are making 100 plastic per minute and 100 rubber per minute. And when the buckets are full, the excess just goes into the sink. And we're also making 4 packaged fuel per minute. This is a little, just because where else am I going to get it? I guess I could buy it with the heat sink. But. So the only other thing is this these 5 batteries I charged up, so they're 100 megawatt hours each. So there's 6 of them here, so it goes to 600 megawatts here. They look a lot like Duracell batteries, don't they? I didn't notice that before. But they're, so basically they can run this place for about an hour, a little more than an hour. So if there's some sort of issue, I have time to get over here and fix it before everything just grinds to a halt. So that's it. This is kind of an interesting area actually, because over here in that direction there's a bunch more oil. This is just one I've made. The other thing that was interesting was making the hypertubes to get out of here, because it's a long way out here to Tipperary. Say goodbye, oil refinery, goodbye! There's the planets. This is kind of this planet is a little bit like, the sun never really sets. It gets lower, but it never really sets. It's like the never-ending sun in Antarctica or in the Arctic. Just sometimes it just never goes down. Gets a little dark, but that's it. Alright, Satisfactory is a very good game. If you're not playing it, you should. Don't bother with my video. Look at the video that the guy laid out. He just lays it out in hexes and tells you right exactly where to put everything. It's awesome. Alright, y'all, take care.